happening is we have the procession of the one and only student council. First up, we have Aaron and Eugene, TAFC officers. Come to the front. Let's go. Keep it up. And they bring with them offerings. Next, we have Laura, our secretary. Our treasurer. Yes, Riley was a good man. Eunice is next. He's our treasurer. And carrying with her, Matt High, the one and only president. All right. And last, but not least, we have our activities coordinators, Belle and Ellie. Come around. The ceremonial candle. And the gathering. The torch has been lit in. Give it up for the torch. What you have here is the council that led you for the last year. And unfortunately, we're not giving it up today. Today is our last day. This is a beautiful day. Remember this moment. These are amazing people who have done amazing jobs. Congratulations to them for all of this. All right, so we'll take a bow. So, in honor of this special day today, our very own Punmeister will be making puns between every announcement, which doesn't seem like very much right now. But yes,
Oh, and also, okay, so the passing of gifts to the new executive council will be next Tuesday, so prepare.
A Mexican magician tells his audience, "I'm going to disappear on the count of 3. He counts up, 1, 2, and then disappears without a trace.
Today, the girls softball team has a game against Ansar at Ansar. You will be missing your last period class, so please ask your teachers if you can leave and be into the band section.
Come back. What's the best thing about living in Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag's a big plus.
Alright, so today I'm holding a bake sale in the quad at lunch, and all the money I raise is going to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, so you should all buy things, and also I'm doing IOUs.
Keep going. 2 antennas met on a roof and fell in love. They got married. The ceremony wasn't that great, but the reception was excellent.
When I was in the 8th grade, I was given a project. Bob Sadler, a tall, suit-wearing photographer from my church, wandered up to me and offered me a proposition. He asked me to volunteer my time to interview and write essays about homeless men from the iHelp program, while he would take professional black and white pictures of them for a project he'd like to call Inherent Worth and Dignity, Living Portraits. I agreed right away. I had no experience with homelessness or interviewing people. I was an 8th grader, and I had bought into the ridiculous notion that since I could boast of little more than acing an English test, I could do nothing to help the world around me. Still, I dove right in, and I was immediately surrounded by a cast of characters from a walk of life I had yet to explore. Over the next 2 years of interviewing and writing, I met a whole range of interesting and inspiring men. A few of them, though, really stood out. For instance, one guy I talked to, Joey. He seemed a bit younger than the others, and the first thing I asked was his age. He told me he was 18. I, being a 15-year-old girl at the time, was a bit startled. Okay, I said, when did you become homeless? He thought for a moment and answered 2 years ago. This boy had been 16 when he found himself on the streets. I'm 16 now. I was startled and pretty freaked out as I learned over the course of our conversation that if only a few minor elements of my life were shifted, I could very easily be in his situation. Joey didn't know where he was going. He didn't know what he wanted and had no clue who he was at that point in his life. He was a person, and he was a kid. I realized through working with these amazing men that although there may not be much that I can do, I can listen, and a good listener can mean all the world to someone. For the brief time that I talked to these men, they could feel important. These people are rarely listened to, and they're just like anyone else. It's been my privilege to hear what wisdom they have to share with the world. My horizons have been expanded because of this project, and my view on life has completely changed. In early September, things began to climax. The exhibit with the portraits and the interviews opened in the Carmel Cherry Center, and the book was published. Today, as I talk to you, 14 of the 22 featured men have jobs and houses. Joey is back with his family. We've sold many, many copies of the book, with the proceeds going to the iHelp program, and we've given talks at the Cherry Center and for the Gentrain Society at MPC. We've also had the show at a venue in Phoenix, Arizona. Out of all of this, one of the sweetest and most awe-filled moments for me was watching one of the men I wrote about tear up as he read my words during the opening show. People keep telling me that I've given these men a gift, when really the opposite is true. I was given a gift. I was given the privilege and the opportunity to listen.
Body United Nations, we're having our elections for next year's officers on F Day. I'm not sure which day of the week that is next week. I'm a little thrown off by no school tomorrow. But if you're interested in running and you've been showing up to the meetings and didn't hear our announcements, please come. There is information on the Facebook page about the different positions available. And ask me or Umar or somebody else if you have questions. Thanks.
Did you hear about the two guys who stole the calendar? They each got 6 months.
So next weekend, the 24th and 25th of April, is Fine Arts Weekend. And a significant number of you in this room are involved. Everyone who's in an art class will have work on display. Everyone who's involved in the one-act plays will be there. Everyone who's in a music ensemble will be there. It's going to be a great weekend. Not only that, there's going to be ice cream. So Friday night the 24th, in the theater, the jazz concert with the big band, the combo, and the vocal jazz ensemble. Saturday, starting at noon, the one-act plays, ice cream, art show, and a bunch of concerts. It's going to be a great afternoon. Many of you are going to be involved. I do need some ushers. If there's a handful of you that would like to help move people around and make sure people are in the right place, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.
So we'd like to give a special thanks to Ms. Wilston for leading us as a council. It's been an awesome year. A round of applause to her. This is the last time you'll hear us say it. Go to class.